Did I just have an opening title sequence with a song? Things are getting weird around here. Anyway, Titan's Ed here, back for another video review. Sorry it's been a while. Things have been a little crazy. Namely, I got a haircut. Yeah. I got rid of the long hair, finally. So, yeah. I'm back to do another video review, and we're going to be reviewing one of my BotCon purchases. Sixshot. Yes. Now, immediately someone are gonna probably type in the comments eventually, you got a mistransformed. Well, yeah, I kind of do. Instructions would officially say, have these out. One tiny problem with that. They kind of get in the way of the hands. Now, the next thing you'll probably see in the comment section is those aren't his Generation 1 guns. Yes, as I probably said in the BotCon haul video, I didn't get his guns. I could not find them at a reasonable price. What I did find is that they are 5mm PEG compatible, and he currently has Skywarp and Leader Class Skywarp and Starscream's guns in his hands. Until I can get a Leader Class Thundercracker, he's going to have miscolored guns. But, oh well. They fit. That's what makes me happy. I was going to wait to do the review until I could find the proper guns. But then the weekend I kind of decided to do that. Hasbro dropped the announcement that they're going to do possibly a Sixshot for Titan's Return series coming out. Well, coming out right now. There's a lot of stuff apparently starting to drop worldwide. And of course, it looks like America's going to be dead last yet again on getting the new figures. But yes, since that's the case, I figured I might as well get the Generation 1 review out of the way, and then review the, if they do a Titan's Return Headmaster. He will be a Headmaster. Sixshot. At least I've got something a little bit more to compare it to. So yeah, this is a pretty awesome figure in my opinion. I really do like him. I'm going to start in robot mode and hopefully end on wing wolf mode. Hopefully. For those who don't know, in Generation 1, this was a bit of an oddity. This was the first six-changer Transformer, one of two during Generation 1, the other being, what was it? Quick Switch, I think, was the name of the other guy. And I don't have him, unfortunately. But yeah, this is an awesome figure. So what we're going to do first is go into wolf mode. Now, Sixshot, much like many of the other Decepticons during the last season of Generation 1, kind of showed up with Galvatron on the push to take the key to the plasma energy chamber from the Autobots on Earth. Or no, he was on Cybertron actually. I think we first saw him on Cybertron. And he took down the 5 Transformers. I think it was 5 or 6. It was definitely something like 5 up, 5 down, like shooting cyberfish in a barrel. And the only reason I remember that so well is because I have the Rebirth on DVD and watched it ridiculously amount when I was younger. But yes, this is his wolf mode. Now, I have almost no problem with this except for one tiny thing. The wolf's mouth does open. The problem is the wolf's mouth is full of a cockpit. Yeah. Bit of an issue there. You can kind of open it on a small basis, and that kind of looks like a tongue, but you get it too wide and it's just a cockpit. It's annoying, but what you gonna do? I'll try to take this to tank mode, I hope. Speaking of that unfortunate cockpit. I will admit, when I first got this figure, his legs were a lot more stiff, but they've seemed to have loosened up over time. Thank goodness. And surprisingly, like I said in my BotCon video, when I got him, he's not in that bad of condition. A few scratches on a few stickers, but other than that, even his chrome is in excellent condition. I mean, my goodness, look at that. That's very good for a figure that was most likely in a kid's hands during the 80s. Wow. So, do I have this right? I do believe so. Yes. Why isn't this... Come on. Weird. But yes, this is his tank mode. It looks more like an artillery weapon rather than a tank, just because of the way the guns angle. But it's got treads and it's not bad, so we'll take it into car mode next. Or what it's called car mode, but after seeing the Hexatron reviews, which is the third-party version of this figure, I have to agree with Vangelis. It looks more like an APC than a car. Let's see. Pull this part up. Turn this. Alright, come on now. I am so used to just having only 1 or 2 modes to work with rather than having to work with 6. But good practice, I guess. Oops, sorry. Bumped the camera. Oh well. But yes, this is his car mode, if you will. Again, I like I said, I agree with Vangelis. This looks more like an APC, an anti-personnel vehicle? I think that's what the acronym stands for, but yeah. So, I do admit, this is supposed to be actually the trigger for gun mode, which I'll show you in a second. But, yeah. I don't really see a use for that unless this thing actually goes under water a little bit or something. Or I guess it could be a sensor for if there's explosions or something, or dust. Who knows? But take it to jet mode. Jet mode is my favorite. Not gonna deny. I really love how the jet mode turns out on this figure. Now, officially, in the instructions, the guns are supposed to be placed... Oops, did it again. The guns are supposed to be placed on the ends of the wings. I find this to be a little like a pretty much bad idea. Luckily, the pegs that were used for tank mode are still readily available here for ship mode and are unobstructed by any pieces. So I think the guns would look a lot better on the side. I'm betting the guns on the actual Generation 1 figure don't have the parts clearance like these two have, so it probably wouldn't fit on the side, so that's why they were put on the wing tips. But since I only have these, I'm going to go with that, and I really like that as it's jet mode. Really cannot fit this in camera. This is a bad angle for me. Oh well. Okay, go with gun mode next. Now, I don't know if this is going to show up on camera. It might. You see those two holes? With the Generation 1 guns, I imagine they were supposed to fit in there for the gun mode, but all the instructions always say to put it on the outside. I don't know if these don't work, but unfortunately, these are just, yeah, they're just a little too wide and big to fit on the inside. So, I can't really show you that. But they still peg on the outside just fine. Let's see. Correctly. Bring up the arms. The gun mode is the one that I was always never quite sure exactly how it's supposed to go. I think the gun mode was always up to interpretation, but this is what I use as the gun mode. which is pretty good. It's a pretty intimidating, like what? 1, 2, 3, 6 little barrels in the front, plus I guess these could act as mega shots or something in front. That's a pretty intimidating gun. I'd say the only downside is the handle is rather hollow. So that's the 6 modes. Now, except in the Japanese Headmaster series, Sixshot had a secret 7th mode, which is completely canon, by the way. This mode is completely canon by the Japanese Headmasters series. This was a mode to kill a certain main Autobot character, which will go unnamed if you haven't seen the Japanese Headmaster series. But yeah, this is the Winged Wolf mode, and I absolutely love this. It's just maniacal and crazy and totally builds on the idea of like making your own mode for this character, and it's just awesome. Now technically I think the legs are supposed to be split, but those are really a pain in the butt to split once they're pushed back together, and I'd rather not go through the insanity of trying to do that, so yeah. But other than that, I think this is a fantastic figure to pick up if you can get it for a reasonable price. I think I picked mine up for $25 if I'm not mistaken. $20, $25 I think, somewhere around that range. Practically stole it. But it's an awesome... But if you can get it for that without the guns in fair condition, definitely worth it. With the guns, it's probably going to run you somewhere around 80, 85, depending on how good the condition the figure itself is. Pristine is most likely over 100. But yeah, I think it's an awesome figure. So, this is Titan Zed with Sixshot saying I'll see ya when I see ya.